Welcome everyone to the first Real Talk event. This is our first community event. I'm Jamie Cash. I am the Kaplan Community Manager. And today we have Madhuri. She is a recent Kaplan graduate here with us today. So she is going to be our expert. So I wanted to give you guys a minute to come on in and join us as we get started for our first Real Talk event. If you'd
Thank you,
like,
Dave.
you can welcome and put your name in the chat and let us know where you're joining us from. I am coming from Colorado. Got a few people coming in. Great. Oh, Pennsylvania. Nice. Hi, Laura. I think Laura was just in the last webinar I was in. Awesome. All right, well, go ahead and get started. Again, I'm Jamie Cash. I'm with Kaplan. I'm the community manager. And today we have Madhuri Shigashar, and she brings a unique, multifaceted perspective to the real estate industry. She has a very unique background with a clinical nutrition and postgraduate degree in human resources. Madhuri's professional journey took her with an exciting turn after relocating from India into the United States. Channeling her passion for art, design, and aesthetics, she transitioned into real estate to help others find their dream properties. A proud wife and mother of two, Madhuri is honored to guide families through their next big chapters and help them truly feel at home. So, thank you so much for joining us today. And do you want to share with us when you just finished your real estate license with Kaplan? When did you just graduate?
I graduated wait a second, let me think. April 24th was my exam. I got my license on April 26th.
Yay! So April 26th, 2026. That's
2026,
awesome.
yes.
And now that you have passed your exam and you've
Mhm.
got your license, you're off and running on your own. Um, Thinking back to when you were a student, what do you think were some of the key things that helped you pass your exam the first time?
Um, well, there are a lot of things, but if you're talking about national exam or state exam or
Yeah,
both.
your national and state. Yeah, both.
Okay, so for my state, I would say it was the most important thing that I learned the Texas specific. I'm from Texas, by the way. Texas specific laws that are related to real estate, then the licensing laws that are in Texas, then learning the contracts thoroughly and understanding how to use the addendums and amendments and fair housing laws. And for national also, there are few things that I think were very important. The agency and the financing part, which was
Yeah.
scary to me to begin with.
Yeah.
But we have some great instructors, and they made it so easy for me to understand and use it and apply that knowledge when I was taking my exam. I think that was a big addition.
Good. Great. That's always good to hear. I think our instructors do a great job of helping you kind of get
Yes.
through those really hard concepts and explaining that. I know you were part of the community. You were very active in the community forum as well as in our live learn sessions. And can you share why you thought those resources were helpful to you?
Well, to tell you the truth, when I joined the community, it was exactly for just for that because I wanted a community that I wanted to be part of the community that I could meet others like me who are on this great journey of finding yourself again.
Yeah.
Because I believe if you are here, you have already past half of your life and then wanting to do something special with it and trying to find yourself again. That was important to me. Um, People like me who are following their dreams or making new dreams and making new goals. But little did I know that I'll find not only the community that I was looking for, but help and support when I needed one, and challenges to sharpen my knowledge and skills, and tips and answers at any odd time of the day that I could put. And within few hours, there would be somebody who gave me the answer to it. So that is why I stuck to the community and stayed there, and I probably logged in 10 times a day to see what is new over there, who's talking what, is there somebody that I can help,
Yeah.
after a month or so. I realized that there were some questions that I had answers to, and I felt good about helping others on it. So
Yeah.
community was a big part of my day when I was doing my licensing education. And learn sessions, that was one thing that I wish I would have found, I could have found earlier and joined, because I discovered learn sessions towards the end of my study.
Sure.
And I was like, oh boy, why did I not find these learn sessions earlier? And if I had, I probably would have finished my studying and taken my licensing exam probably a couple months before that. Then I studied. That before then I took. They were a big part of my success in passing my exams the first time. Well, that also tells you how good our study material is. That I almost studied everything without the learn sessions, but I realized after joined the learn sessions, that until now I have been in a way memorizing everything, trying
Right.
to pass the exam after every module. But it was only after I started going to learn sessions did I realize that now it is the time that I'm actually understanding the concepts that we
Sure.
are supposed to know. And once you start understanding the concept, then it is easy for you to be able to apply them in real life. Just by memorizing, I would probably just pass the test, but wouldn't be successful in real estate. That is what my understanding is. So
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
want to be successful, not just pass the exam, then you got to go to learn sessions.
Yeah, no, I agree. And for those students that might not know what those are, the live learn sessions are where you can go to kind of help get some more concepts, like understand the concepts a little bit better. There's a live instructor there that kind of walks you through the concepts and explains them in more details. And you can ask them questions and say, like, I don't quite get this. Can you walk me through
Yes,
it? And they help you explain that. So I'm glad you were able to find them. I'm sorry you didn't find them sooner, but I'm glad that they were helpful for you. And I know the exam prep part of that is really helpful because it really breaks
totally.
that piece down and helps you kind of know what to study, when to study, and helps you get that final piece put together when you need to study for the exam.
Sure.
So I'm glad you were able to find that. Um, so that kind of leads into the next question, which was what resource or opportunity do you wish you had taken more advantage of? So maybe that was.
Definitely learn sessions. Definitely learn sessions.
Yes, I think.
Connecting with the instructors who I could have gone with my questions when I was struggling to understand something. When I was going through my study material, I think that would have been a big, big difference in
Yeah,
the amount of time it took me for studying and taking my licensing exam.
yeah,
So that is one resource I would recommend each and everyone to make the best use of. And don't feel shy asking whatever question comes up to your mind. And even if you feel that, oh, this is silly, probably I will look naive. Trust me, I have asked questions like crazy. I, I was notorious in asking questions and troubling all the instructors.
They love it though. That's what their passion is. That's why
So,
they're
but
there. Yeah.
ask away, ask
Yes.
until you understand that concept. And
Yeah.
if you ask me, so how do I know that I understand the concept? The answer to that is if you could answer why this answer is right and explain it to yourself, then you know you have understood the concept. And by the way, I learned that from Charles. So thank you, Charles.
Charles Lee, he's amazing.
Yeah,
Yes.
Charles Lee.
Yeah. Yes. So now moving into, you passed your exam, you feel great, you did an awesome job, you did it, passed it on the first try, you passed your
Mhm.
Texas state and national exam. Now you have your license and you've found what brokerage you wanted to do, you're interviewing different brokerages. What was one thing that surprised you the most about becoming a licensed agent? Or even more than one thing? What was something that surprised you?
Um, First off, it was the realization that I'm an entrepreneur now, not an employee.
Yeah.
I am my own boss. Uh, the truth that you have to work hard to build your business.
Mm.
Um, it's not going to be served on the plate. The success is not going to be served on the plate for you to pick up. You have to put in efforts, and you don't get leads or
Right.
sales call list where, hey, here you go, here are your numbers, and call and find your client. You don't get that. You have to put in effort to market yourself and convince that you are good enough to help your buyers or sellers to trust you and deal with you.
Mhm.
The fact that you have to put money from your pocket to be able to earn something, that was a big kicker. I was like, oh, wait, I have to spend this much first to be able to
Yeah.
earn. So that was something I was not mentally prepared for. And the biggest thing that I feel was that whatever you have learned and studied for your licensing exam is the minimum requirement for you to become a real estate agent, to enter the industry, basically.
Mm.
Um, but that is just the tip of the iceberg of the information that you will need, information and techniques that you will need to be successful. And it is very important that you join a brokerage that will invest in your success and help you build that business. You need to have a brokerage that will be there for your every question and for every step that you stumble upon to help you and guide you through it. You will learn everything, something new every day.
Yes, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. So Manduri, I'm going to brag on you a little bit. You've
Yes.
already been out and working for just a couple months, and you've already had some transactions under your belt, or have a
Yes.
transaction under your belt. So do you want to share with us how you got that transaction and what you did to kind of already get the wheels moving so quickly?
Yes. So I joined Keller Williams on May 1st. After 4 weeks of trying to get my head around about all the platforms and systems that you have to learn to be able to actually do something called a transaction. uh, but at the same time, I was also talking to people. I was getting comfortable talking to strangers. That was the biggest hurdle, I feel, that you
Mm.
should be able to talk to a stranger. If you cannot talk to a stranger, it's going to be a uphill for your
Yeah.
business. But I got comfortable with it pretty soon, I would say. I'm bragging about myself now.
You should. You should. That's a hard thing for people.
Yeah, I talked to my friends and family and told everyone. top of the world, telling, hey, I'm a realtor now, come to me, let's do some business. And I went to a party, for a grad party for my daughter's friend. And I met this young first time home buyers looking for a home. And I was like, so do you have an agent yet? And they said, no. And I was like, shake hands then, I'm your agent. And they said, oh, that would be great because we already knew each other. Um, so they were pretty happy that they have an agent that they know. And I was happy that I have my first client who I
Mhm.
know. So that was great. And I have two listing agreements in the pipeline, and I'm excited about them.
That's awesome. That's so great. So you
Yes,
have one buyer and two listings. That's
yes, ma'am.
amazing. So that's
Yes,
awesome. That's wonderful. I mean, you've already got the wheels moving and things churning, and it takes time, but you're doing it, and it can be done for those that are sitting in class going, oh my
thank
gosh,
you.
when can I get this happening? So it can
Yes,
be done. Good.
yes,
Good for
it is
you.
possible. You just have to be present. At least for first probably 6 months, you have to give all your time to your business. It can't be a part time. It can be a part time, but it will be slow. If you
Yeah,
can give it all, then I'm sure it will bring big success.
right. So, what advice do you have for people that are sitting in real estate classes right now, or people that are considering getting their license? What advice do you have for them?
First off, understand the concept to the core. Get it, in your brain what exactly it means and where it can be applied. Second, learn sessions. Go to learn session and ask questions. Just till you understand that concept, keep asking questions. I would say practice, like take practice questions on a couple of different platforms because you get used to a certain language
Mm.
of asking a question, but if the same question is asked in a different way, you might get confused. So I would say, go to different platforms, try their practice questions and see if you're still understanding what the question is. Understanding the question itself is the biggest challenge sometimes because we are not
Right.
used to that kind of language. So I definitely did that. Another tip that I feel that applied to me, maybe applied to you or not, everybody has that special golden hour or golden hours of the day when your brain absorbs the most information.
Hmm.
I would suggest find that hour and keep your most difficult topics for that hour to study through.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yes, and that's about it. I think that I would say.
Katrina has a question for you. How did you narrow your list for which brokerages to interview? And then what are some questions that she should ask when determining which brokerage to partner with?
Uh, First of all, I chose the brokerages that had a good brand name already, because when you are new, people don't know you.
Right.
But if they know the brokerage name, that is a big plus point to you to start off.
Hmm. Hmm.
So try some big name brokerages. Go interview them. Ask questions like, "How does your training program looks like? What kind of
Yeah.
support can I expect? If I
Right.
have a question at 10 o'clock in the night, can I still call you and ask you?" Well, of course, every brokerage will have a percentage that they expect from you, from your transactions. Make sure you're comfortable sharing that percentage of your
Mhm.
profits. More than percentage, I think if you are new in the industry, what you should see is how good their training program is,
Yeah.
because it's not easy to have a good start without that training. You will learn things on your way, even if you don't get a training, in 6 month time. But it is up to you how quickly you want your business to start, whether you want
Right.
it to kickstart or you want to be slow. So,
Right. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I think training is huge. And like you said, I know we laugh about it, but you really do need someone that you can call whenever because you don't know when like a question about the transaction is going to come up or your client's going to have a question and you don't know the answer to it. You want to be able to have a resource to call and be like, I will help me with this, and be like,
yeah.
that's a great question. Let me get back to you. And then call your broker and be like, hey, and then call them back and say, okay, I got an answer for you, so that is important.
The
Um,
contract that I just had, we were dealing with the seller's agent at 10:30 in the night, and we were talking back and forth till 11:30 in the night. So I'm glad I had answers to their questions, but I was wondering if I didn't have an answer to this the other agent's question. I probably would have had to call somebody in my brokerage, like, how do I answer this? But
yeah, yeah,
I had a contact if I had to call somebody, so that was a good
yeah,
thing.
yeah, that is helpful. One other question was, did you call the office or did you apply online? How did you get,
Um,
how did you apply to the brokerage?
no, I just called and took an appointment with the team leader over there, and then I just
Mm,
went and talked to them.
yeah, yeah, most of them you can just call. A lot of them will just accept you willingly to come in and talk with them. So yeah, they're good about that.
Yes,
Because you're working on commission, they're getting a percentage of that commission, so they
yes,
want you
they
just as
want
much
your
as you
business.
want them. Yeah,
They want your
exactly.
business. It is when you go to talk to them, you have to remember that you are interviewing them.
Right,
They are not interviewing you. So
right.
you
It's
are deciding whether you want to hire them to uh, help with your transactions.
right. Yep. Yep, the tables are flipped, right? You're
Yes,
finally on the other
absolutely.
side of the table going,
The big realization that you are the boss now, you are the entrepreneur, you're not an employee. You don't have to say yes, boss.
yes, yeah. I mean, they own the listing, but you are the manager of your own business and you're like, do I want my name with this business?
With this
So
business.
it's
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
But if they have a good name, then you make good use of that.
exactly, exactly. Well, good. I'm so happy to hear that you're doing well, and I'm glad
Thank you.
that you use your tools wisely while you were at Kaplan and took it and ran with it and are already having 3 transactions under your belt, which is amazing. Only a couple months out of school. And I know that you will be a top producer by the end of the
Oh,
year. So I'm
thank
so
you.
proud of you. So if you want to come back and do another webinar, we'd love to have you. But if anyone has any other questions, we can put them out in the community and Midori will be happy to answer them. I'm sure I can get her the questions or she'll be in the community because she loves being in the community.
Yes.
When she has time, now that she's busy.
I was about to say I don't log in 8 to 10 times a day anymore, but I do log in, once
Yeah.
or twice a day to just see how
Yeah.
everybody's doing.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much. Again, we loved having you, and thank you guys for joining the Real Talk event today. And we will see you again at our next event. Thank you
Thank
guys
you.
for joining us. Thank you for being here, Midori.
Thank you. All the
Bye-bye.
best, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.